Gotcha.
All right. So before we wrap this thing up,
There's no top five.
we got to give them a top five.
Okay.
All right. And top five this week is top five board games. All right. Shout out to Reggie for throwing that out. And he threw that out a while back. I hadn't even realized it until I went back and, saw the top five toys. So I think this is a good top five. All right. So with that being said, I'm sure that we all have, and I'm gonna assume this got to be the number one board game overall.
It gotta be. If you say anything other than this, so we gonna fight.
Monopoly.
Okay.
Right. So whenever we do top fives, right? Even though
Let's spend some time on Monopoly because this is on
definitely.
everybody's list.
Definitely.
So we don't got to do the thing where it's a surprise.
No.
Yeah, it's on everybody. It's top for me though.
I always look up top five, whatever the category is, just to see is there anything I'm forgetting or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Same.
And I looked up top 100 board games all time. Let me just tell you, there are several board games I never heard of.
Really?
It also made me realize maybe I'm not playing enough. Maybe I haven't played enough board games because there were, like I said, there were so many board games that I never heard of, right? But Monopoly is probably something that transcends, of course, gender, but age, and race. Everybody has played or is playing Monopoly.
You know what's interesting about Monopoly? Monopoly is such a time-honored board game that we even called in our lives certain type of spending of money, like Monopoly money.
Yes. Yes. Biggie and Jay-Z were playing Monopoly with real money in the video. Like Monopoly is culture. Monopoly is a
Monopoly isn't all right. And Monopoly is a game where, depending on who you're playing with, there are certain rules to the Monopoly game. Now we know traditional Monopoly. You roll the dice. I mean, traditional Monopoly is you roll the dice to see who goes first. Highest dice counter clockwise, going and so on and so forth. Right? When you get to like Monopoly, right? You can't buy shit on your first go round.
Yeah.
You got to go around the board one time before you can purchase anything.
Yeah.
All right. Another one is who play with money under free parking. I like the money under free parking.
I like the money under free parking too.
And every time you go around, if nobody land on it, might throw another 500 up under that jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want to play Monopoly with y'all. Please let me. There was one summer. Shout out to my James, shout out to my man Malcolm. We played Monopoly so much. We freestyled our rules so much. I don't think we started off the game rolled like like in Monopoly, you give out money, you give out $1,500. That's your bank. We rolled for our money at the beginning. The rule was if you got an even number, when you roll, you got half of the amount. If you rolled an odd number, you got whatever the odd number is.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
That's how we played. Yeah. So that's how you got your money from rip. You roll for your money. 500s, boom, you roll. 100s, you roll. 50. We just did that. We just had our whole summer was Monopoly and Mario Kart. We roll for amount under free parking. We roll for like properties. We just freak the rules so crazy because we played this game so much. So I'm gonna start there. Roll for your money at the beginning of the game. That's the one rule we freestyled, and it was
I've never heard that one.
yeah.
I like
that. Good one.
Yeah.
What you got?
For a top board game?
No. Do you have any rule that you guys apply to a Monopoly game?
No, not really. I mean, and it's probably a rule. It's probably I don't even really call. It's probably not something I thought was a rule, right? It's something that we just always just did. But yeah, we didn't have any like freestyle rules like B just said. Anything that was kind of like outside the norm. I don't think I had any of that. No, I don't think I had any of that. How about you, James? Any special rules?
Besides the adding money under free parking, like I said, we also did the you can't buy anything your first go round. We did add borrowing from the bank to it. So like, if you needed money, you could borrow up to a certain amount of money, and you had like 2 or 3 rolls before you paid that bread back. And if you didn't pay it back, the bank owned everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you played that.
Make it hard for niggas. You know what I mean? But all right. So we all agree Monopoly is definitely on the Mount
Monopoly is
Rushmore.
on the list. It might not be number one, but it's definitely
It
in
gotta
the
be
top
number
4.
one.
For me, it's number one.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine a world where I just can't. Even if it's not my favorite, I played it. It's number one for me.
So many times, so many different social settings.
The emotion that Monopoly bring out of you is just different than any other game. Real quick, I had to pull up on my son who was playing Monopoly without me. Okay? Let me tell you this real quick. My son, he 19, he see the clips, he listened to the pod. His mom called me and said one weekend she was there with her boyfriend at the time and they were playing Monopoly, and I don't know what happened, but whatever happened made him flip the whole fucking game over. Like literally, he knocked the whole board over like this some bullshit, fuck out of here. Now, mind you, so paint the picture. It's my son, his mom, her boyfriend, they playing Monopoly. He flipped the fuck out. He not with me this weekend. He with his mom. She called me and tell me this what he did. I pulled up on him at school. He would take the bus from school. He would take the subway from school to go home. When he got out of school, I was outside in the car like, you get in the car. Because what the fuck is up with you? So only Monopoly, this is a Monday, only Monopoly, it's not my week to have them. No other game can bring that type of like feeling. And like I gotta pull up on myself. Like, you flip the fuck out over Monopoly. Like, what's up with you? You good? Ninth grader?
His reason be for flipping the board?
I don't know. But here's what I know. Whatever.
Okay.
So, this is now we discovering in real time some shit that I never even thought about. I never even questioned his reason because I know Monopoly can bring that type of emotion out of you.
True. Yeah.
My problem was you can't do that to your mom and her. Like, you just at 13, you can't do that. I know the game can do that to you, but you can't do. You got to know your audience. You got to do that with your friends. You got to do that with your friends. You can't do that with your mom and your potential stepfather. You can't do that.
You gotta eat that.
Right. You just gotta chalk it. You can't flip the game over, even though I know it's been many a days I wanted to flip the fucking board over.
Yeah.
We'll bring it out of you.
Before I move on to my next picks, you shout out to B. B is correct. I think outside of maybe a trivial game like Uno, it invokes emotion that it make you look at a certain, not even just the emotion, the way a move in the game, make you look at the yo, like if the I cheat and shit like that, like yo, the fuck.
Real quick, also, James talks about our favorite podcast, the JBP. He recently, Joe Budden recently talked about in the episode one of his mans doing something in a Monopoly game that was so foul, where he just looked at him, he couldn't fuck with him for his rest of his life outside of the game. He never explained to what the bull did.
Was.
But whatever it was like, oh, I can't fuck with you, and nobody said like, oh, he bugging, because a Monopoly, you can potentially do some shit where like, you know what, I'm not fucking with bull.
Y'all know me. All right. We played fantasy together. We've been potting for over a year. We've known each other longer than that. Y'all know that I probably wouldn't be surprised by some of the things that I might try to come up with. Monopoly. You know what I mean? I'm a stretch as far as I can go. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
Shout out to Monopoly for realizing some shit that was buried within.
How to play Monopoly, yo.
You
know what
I mean?
Come up.
Yeah, this conversation actually changed my mind. Monopoly is the goated. It's the goated.
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy James, aka Ralph's favorite. Now I know you're thinking to yourself, James, why am I not watching the video? Chill. We're gonna get to the video. But before we do that, I want to say on behalf of TBD, we appreciate you for taking the time out to watch this video. And we appreciate you for listening to the podcast. More importantly, we just appreciate you taking the time to be with us, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with us today. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to first like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and then hit that notification bell so that way you're notified when we drop a new video. And remember, it's all TBD. Now let's go ahead and get back to that video. Now, I'm gonna fuck you up, because while Monopoly is probably number one overall in regards to fun and everything like that, here's a board game for you. Checkers.
I had that.
Now, checkers, because I said to myself, games with boards, right? I'll consider board games. Checkers being a board game. Checkers or chess, either or. Classic game, been around for ages. Checkers is the shit.
Yes.
One of my favorite, Scrabble.
Oh, this is my shit. Oh, Wordle. I mean,
you listen. You already know we play these word games.
Yeah,
we are so much of word fanatics.
Yeah.
All right, that I've started to read. I started to play again Words with Friends. That was something all the time, and I left alone. Started playing that again. There was a memory in my Facebook memories about the game. I don't know if you remember this, but the game Ruzzle. You remember that?
Oh, that's my yeah.
All right. So Scrabble, the deluxe version with the one that spins. That's the best one. I mean, not the old school with the board. You gotta keep that joint. That's ghetto. All right.
Yeah.
Gotta get the one that spins where the letters are like, they're in. So
yeah.
All right. So after those three, I was thinking like, what's worthy of in my top 5 at this point, right? So I said, all right, go back to my childhood, Trouble.
Yeah.
For me and Reggie, Reggie and B, y'all probably can remember this, is nothing was more fun than hitting the joint in the middle for it to change, and then you go around the board. Very simple game, but hitting that joint in the middle to make the dice pop. You know what I mean? Who didn't have Trouble?
Trouble's a classic. Trouble's a classic.
My last one, and then I have some honorable mentions after you guys go. but somebody said this to me. I wasn't going to originally include this, but somebody said this to me. Battleship.
That's a good one.
I had it on my list.
That's a good one.
One of my favorites. One of my favorites.
That's a good one.
You never played?
I played Battleship.
No, but I remember the commercial. I mean, I've seen the game, but I remember the commercial.
You sang my Battleship. Nigga, my Battleship. What the fuck? Yeah. Like them fighting words. What the fuck you talking about? Say my Battleship? How with you?
All right, so who's next? Those are my 5, yo.
Yeah, I'll go next. I mean, because I pretty much had the same 5. I had Monopoly, Trouble, Scrabble, checkers, but what I thought until you guys convinced me about Monopoly, what I thought was the goated board game was chess. I mean, it's actually one of the games that's been around, for thousands of years now.
Yeah.
And the game that the rules haven't changed. Haven't changed. I think there's only one rule. I think it was a pass pawn that changed, a few hundred years ago. But the game has been left relatively unchanged from its inception. And I think that its place in our kind of like American culture with like Bobby Fischer, and then with us with Fresh. I mean, I think that that chess is kind of like the ultimate game of like strategy and what people kind of would consider like higher level of intelligence. Yeah. Which, as someone who plays chess every single day I play chess. Every single day, right? Every single day. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. Chess has nothing to do with intellect or intelligence. It is literally just a game. And the only skill to have in chess is your ability to recall what moves counter other moves. So memory and recall are the only things that separate good chess players from great chess players. Because there isn't an infinite amount of moves.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can remember, if someone moves this pawn to this,
if you do this, then I'll do this, and then you'll do this, and I'll do this. Right.
And it does not. I mean, and a lot of chess players are. So having the ability to recall, it's a skill, and it's a gift. And if you're able to do that at a high level, especially in a stressful environment, to be able to recall. That's a skill, but it does not equate. And I think it's funny that when people think it equates to, just having a higher level of intelligence. Yeah. I learned how to play chess at 7 years old. I did not have a higher level of intelligence, but I understood how to play the game. So, but
Reggie,
for me,
your first move, the pawn moving the 2 spaces ahead, or
it depends on if I have white or if I have black. If I got white, then I'm normally doing like a queen's gambit. If I'm black, then I'm normally gonna try to play defense. Moving so with a queen's gambit, and Queen's Gambit is a pretty good show. If you guys
great show on Netflix.
Great show. Yeah, my daughter actually put me down with it. It's a great, absolute great show.
No, I enjoyed that thoroughly.
But yeah, my go-to white opening is Queen's Gambit.
Okay. All right. And I agree. Chess could arguably be number 1 in regards to board games, to be honest with you. All right, B, what you got?
Wait, was Reggie finished?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I had a combination of everything that James said.
Yeah, same. Mine's the same. Monopoly, again, the emotion that Monopoly brings out, the fact that me and my homies, before COVID or anything, we sat in a room and just freestyle rules to this game because we loved it so much. I can't have anything over it. Checkers / chess for sure. Played many hours playing that. I picked games also that were challenging for me that forever pissed me off at the stage I was in my life. Fucking Operation.
You got it, B. I forgot about
Operation.
You fucking water on the knee $1,000 fee. Fuck out of here, operation. Okay, let me just say that. All right. And this is not because I feel like it's the greatest board game. It's just because at the time I was in my life, how this frustrated me. Fuck out of here, operation.
That was the hardest one right there, too.
Yeah, fuck out of here. So shout out to operation. I'm putting that on the list. Also on the list. And this is not because it was so frustrating. It was because remember, so we just had the reel where we talked about toys, and I talked about my cousin having a red bucket of Legos. The same cousin had perfection, and she was older than me, and she was a girl. And so, you know, girls are a little more advanced than boys growing up. She was way better than me at perfection, and I never understood it because my whole life I was smart, but I could not beat her in fucking perfection and piss me off. So perfection, salute to you. This is actually a shout out. This is actually a shout out to perfection.
That's
shout out perfection.
You know what one I thought somebody was gonna mention? The Game of Life. That's one that
I thought about it. Reggie. It was an honorable mention. So the last one I had was Trouble, and honorable mentions I had was Life and Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, were honorable mentions, but definitely the last one on my list I had was Trouble because it was one of the first board games I learned that I felt like I belonged. Like it was easy enough to feel like I could play with older people and I wasn't doing stupid shit.
Okay. I like that.
And I just want to point out for the audience, of course, we didn't include card games because Uno would be in the mix if we did include card games. Maybe that'll be in the future reel. We'll get to Uno and spades and pity pat and 520, all the shit. But for sure, yeah, Trouble was a game I felt like, I felt confident as a youth playing with older people where I pretty much had a grasp on the rules and I wasn't doing stupid shit to where I didn't feel like I didn't belong. My siblings are 10, 11 years older than me, so I hung around older people all my life, so I had to adjust.
That's funny because older people did play with kids when it came to Trouble. Yeah, and Sorry.
For sure.
Sorry is another one that they played. So all right. So great list, gentlemen. Honorable mentions: Candyland and Shoots and Ladders.
Candyland. Yeah.
Gotta shout out to OGs, right? You guys both talked about Life with the little people and the little car. That was great. I don't know if you guys remember a game called Bargain Hunter.
Oh yeah,
I remember that where you could run the credit card. At a credit card machine. Yeah, that's dating myself. I'll tell you.
Damn, I don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah, that's one. And now I have 3 honorable mentions.
Damn, you play a lot of games.
These are war games, right? And shout out to my father. These are games that he put me on that I had never even heard of, didn't even realize this genre existed or whatever like that. But the first game was called Axis and Allies, right? Which I forgot which World War it was, but it was 2. Okay, so you had the Germans and the Japanese. They were together. They were the Axis. America, France, and I think it was Britain was the third. Right. They were the Allies. And you got to look this up, and I got to send it to you. But Axis and Allies was this war game, very involved. But me and my father played it, and we played it over a series of days. The type of game. All right. He was he loved this game so much that they had a Roman Empire game. It was called Conquest of the Empire. All right, so where I learned about Mesopotamia, and some Roman countries. just same vein of Axis and Allies, but it was the Roman Empire, right? And then the last one was a game called Broadsides and Boarding Parties, where the game was 2 ships. Like you actually had to build these ships, where the game started with ships, and you had gunners and like captains. It was another very involved game, to where you had to like move on another, like a little separate board. You moved the ship till it eventually got to a point where you crashed into that ship, and you boarded that ship, and then even more fighting ensued. Yo, these games, they was the shit, yo. And not everybody really was on these joints, but my dad was on these joints. I put a couple of my friends that was like, you know what I'm saying, that they were a little ahead of the game. But yeah, Broadsides and Boarding Parties, Axis and Allies, and Conquest of the Empire. Good joints. Last one that just came to my mind, in the vein of Battleship. You know, it was another game that was popular? Stratego. Do you remember that game? Stratego? Okay. You gotta look this game up. This game came with these little, like, whatever they weren't figures, but on one side it was like a corporal or marshal. On the other side it was a flag. Ah, man, another war strategy type game. These were all strategic type games. And it put me on back in the day, but really, really, really good Jones. You know what I'm saying? Any honorable mentions, fellas?
The only one I have as my honorable mention, would a Ouija board count as a board game?
I mean, it was a board, and it was a game.
A game, but you best not Ouija board, not no Black House.
No, that's why I can't include it.
When the game first came out, I thought it was called Algia. All right,
I like it.
It's not spelled like that.
Bring no Ouija board, no Black household. Hell no.
That's why I can't include it, because it was such a taboo game. Oh, I got an honorable mention, easy honorable mention that for sure needs some love.
Don't say Hungry Hungry Hippo.
That's a good one, actually.
That's a good one. That's a good one, but it's not above this one. We cannot have a board game segment and not include Connect 4.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Just as classic as checkers.
Yes.
If we're gonna have 4, that's number. If you don't have it in your 4, it got to be number 5. You gotta have Connect 4.
Connect 4 is a good one.
Yeah.
Well, is there any ones that we missing besides the adult games like categories and shit like that?
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna. Yeah,
I was thinking like Clue,
Pictionary. Clue's a good one.
Clue was classic.
Yeah.
Now, Colonel Mustard in the library with the can.
Yeah,
that was a good one, Reggie.
That was a good one. Yeah, Clue.
Yeah, but no, I think we got it. You got to have Monopoly, Scrabble. Those are ones.
Facts.
Chess, checkers. Those are ones.
Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.